𝓼𝓪𝓬𝓪 𝓚 la familia estelar. Today we're gathering at Pisac under the lunar full moon eclipse in Pisces, and this is where the stone meets the sky. And these terraces, let me go ahead and show you, were used to feed generations, and the stones themselves once aligned with the path of the sun. Let me go ahead and get you a view of these terraces. And it was here that the Incas would watch the heavens shift, and they would attune to these heavenly bodies that are not just subtly influencing our journey on Earth, but also surrounding us. And not just surrounding us and moving around us, but moving through us. Let me go ahead and show you this, right? Let's get a cinematic shot. These terraces. And so, because of that, Pisac is not just a fortress. Pisac is a sanctuary. And it was here that the Intihuatanas would actually gather in ceremony and utilize these stones to mark the course of the sun and the journey of the sun, which is this, life force. And because of that, this place is not just an observatory to watch the alignments, especially in regards to the agricultural cycles, which is about abundance, it's about harvestation, it's about these beautiful cycles that we move through and that move through us. But it's also an altar. So today I'm bringing you with me during the balancing of opposites, right? We have that full lunar eclipse in Pisces, which we cannot see, which is a reminder that there's always energies in which we may not be able to see with our human eyes, but it doesn't mean that it's not active. It doesn't mean that there are not energies that surround and influence our journey on Earth that are always working in benefit for the soul's evolution. Let me go ahead and bring you guys, let's just go and explore for a bit. So these stones once align with the sun's path. And it reminds us to connect and tune into an energy that extends and branches far beyond this earth. And to attune to the cosmic origins within, as you also connect to these celestial heavenly bodies and these powerful cosmic forces without. So you're being called to trust in an alignment that you may not be able to see taking place at this stage in your life. And so the terraces that I showed you below, they represent abundance and fertility, and the temple itself represents the cyclical cycles of the agricultural rhythms, which is about harvestation. And this is trusting in a divine alignment that occurs with the non-physical manifesting into the physical, and actual physical manifestations that begin to occur due to the unseen energies that begin to stir within us. And this is about your soul speaking to you and you dancing to a new rhythm during this time. So I'm gonna actually park up here for a minute, and I definitely want to, let's see, how can we do this? Share with you the messages that we have today. So the first message we have in the Temple of the Sun is the collapse. The collapse literally is about the ending of an old way of navigating this construct. And what's so interesting, even speaking here, it's so magical because it's almost as if the words I'm echoing out are bouncing off of the stones. and they're speaking back to me. So this is about energy being amplified and your frequency being amplified during this time, and the veil really thinning. And you're tuning into these shifts that are happening very powerfully, but in subtle ways that will make, I'm hearing not just make way for powerful transformations and physical transformations in your life. So the dissolving of an old, and then you also have 𝓲𝓪𝓻𝓪𝓷𝓬𝓮. 𝓲𝓪𝓻𝓪𝓷𝓬 talks about a seed that's planted onto the tarmac, right? A seed that is planted onto Pachamama, Mother Earth, and you being seeded onto this planet. And around you are all the elemental factors and forces, I'm hearing cosmic forces, that are designed to assist you in your blossoming, that are designed to assist you in blossoming into your highest expanded version of self, to blossom into your higher self in physical form, and to return to what it is that you've always been, which is an abundant being, navigating this world. I'm hearing like roaming this earth, and releasing with collapse any belief systems that have been adopted by this matrix that have convinced you otherwise. So with that, you have the tower, right? The tower is about the collapse of an old, also holding on to your comfort zone, right? This is where you can hold on to your comfort zone, and that moment of destabilization becomes the reason for your biggest transformation. But it requires, under the full moon in Pisces and the eclipse in Pisces, a level of surrender, because we also have the Hanged Man. So this is really soul assessment. This is about looking at life through the lens of the soul and realizing that in that surrender, while it feels like you're almost losing everything, in the middle of it all, you're finding yourself, because things must fall apart in order to be able to realign themselves and fall into place. And this is about things falling into place for you in ways that you cannot possibly fathom now, because the eclipse energies are unpredictable. So that's the first message, especially during these next 3 to 6 months. That's why you have your next message is the passage, the crossing, an initiation. And this basically talks about vulnerability that is required from you, because your vulnerability when it comes to making friends with the unknown is the only connecting bridge into your highest timelines. And it's because you've stepped into a new time within yourself. You're showing up for yourself now in ways that you never have. And something's being uncovered as that happens, right? I'm hearing as your defenses drop, you surrender and fall into a new kind of alignment, one that flows with these universal cycles, right? I'm hearing the soul that has remembered the abundant harvest that has been divinely orchestrated for them, especially in ways that they may not be able to see. And here we have the sun peeking through. One of the messages you have is Mission Uncovered. Let me go ahead and read this one for you. Mission Uncovered talks about the order of the Melchizedek. And there's a key, and I'm hearing you are that key to be able to move free between realms. The order of the Melchizedek says, when you're feeling challenged by something that feels like a big lesson, call in order. Order of the Melchizedek, light bearers, angelic beings, and cosmic guides. Thank you for enveloping me in your brilliant, crystal clear light. You've learned so much, and you are now recognizing all the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought to you. The order of the Melchizedek is coming to you today to encourage you to continue this pathway and not give up, even in moments of darkness and fear. There is an opportunity for you to share your light. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's imperative for you to know that you're not alone. Light is within you and with you. And by invoking spiritual support, you'll be able to muster up the strength and courage to focus on what it is that you need to surmount whatever challenges you face. Notice how they said the light is with you and also within you. And that's why the Intiwatanas would connect here to celestial forces and heavenly bodies that also exist within them. And this would be the sanctuary. I'm hearing that allows you to tune back into your eternal presence. It's a place where you would awaken the sun within. This intercommunication that you have with Inti, right? The sun god. Your plasma origins. And you being a fractal of that infinite potential. Being seeded onto this planet. With all the right environmental factors and conditions and elements. Orchestrating events that will unfold that allow you to witness your own blossoming and your own becoming in a linear fashion. So the message is to trust in this hidden alchemy, right? This is about, just because the shadowed moon that's going to be actually, beginning now, the eclipse is actually starting now. Yeah, it appears to be nowhere in sight, right? All we see is the sun. So right now the focus could be on the physical, but you may not fully comprehend right now how the invisible forces that you're tuning to, I'm hearing that are also tuned into you, are working behind the veil. So the internal transformation is going to manifest outwardly and in very physical, visible ways, but at the speed of alignment. I'm hearing these energies translate into the physical as if still having a physical experience. So right now in your life, there's a quiet preparation before a visible breakthrough. And it reminds you of this card in the Cosmos Oracle deck, and it says, sometimes the sun plots together with these other cosmic forces. And it asks the clouds to cover, I'm hearing, its tracks. And the teaching is, just because you cannot see the sun behind the clouds does not mean that it's not there, working on your behalf. And the second message you have is stellar gateway activation, right? And this message is saying that you're a master manifester. Every one of your thoughts, actions, and also non-actions and choices is affecting the unfolding of your path. And there's almost a message in regards to, are you acting and aligning yourself in the physical, knowing that you're being supported by invisible forces? I'm hearing that subtly, secretly, behind the scenes, shaping a path that you're about to walk down. And can you trust in what is being aligned with you on the path that you're walking in this life? So this says, know that all the energies you connect with are carried up to your stellar gateway, and if they are aligned with the intentions that your soul had before this incarnation, opportunities will come your way. It's important to consider connecting with your cosmic origins during this time, and again, this is where the Intiwatanas would do that, and also tracking down the intentions of your soul. For if you can bring your wishes in this life together with your pre-life intentions, you can live a life that is aligned with your highest heavens. And so we have 3 star child messages for today specifically. The first one is manifest. The second one is cosmic circles, which we found ourselves in now. And the last one, okay, I read that backwards. Abundance and manifest. You could be manifesting abundance, right? Or coming back to that. Now, ready to manifest is just to align. And I'm hearing you're aligning with that energy within you. And that's then being projected externally. So I'll go ahead. Let me go ahead and take a seat. So this is the first energy that's being activated with manifest. This talks about co-creation that you're coming into alignment with. Also, your gratitude is something that is bringing in divine alignment during this time. And you're connecting with joyful visions. The message is consciously focusing on blessings. And I'm hearing blessings that are heading your way, even in ways that you cannot physically see right now. So I'm hearing like this is invisible alignments that are taking place, and being able to focus on that faith over force. And I'm hearing faith in foresight that you're gaining and aligning with the divine. The quote for it is, "I embrace my divine abilities as an instant manifester, as the creator on earth that I am." And this is about you remembering yourself as a sovereign creator in this existence, that you're discovering yourselves as a master of manifestation. Each of us has divine capabilities to bring their spiritual energy into the physical world, which transforms suffering into love. This card confirms that we have abilities that invite us into a more luminescent existence when we tune in and connect with the heart space. The second message is the cosmic circles. So this is a cosmic circle that you found yourself in. Okay, this interconnected, intricate web that is always moving through you. Create sacred space. Embrace unlimited possibilities, and know that you're surrounded by your family of light. The cosmic circles raise my vibration and provide an intimate connection with the earth. On entering a cosmic circle in my physical or light body, I receive instant healing. Beyond rigid linear thoughts, you're accessing a multi-dimensional circle and realizing your healing abilities. To heal is to integrate. To integrate is to become whole with the soul, and to remember yourself as more non-physical than you are physical. And you are the soul experiencing growth, utilizing this vessel to navigate life in this terrestrial plane. And I'm hearing a lot of that growth can come through the discomfort, especially when it comes to disrupting your comfort zone and realizing that your growth lies on the other side of a change that must take place. And that's going to assist you when it comes to evolving into not just a higher version of yourself, but because of that new frequency you'll be broadcasting due to the embodiment, I'm hearing due to that remembering, a higher timeline meets you. Things that are in resonance with this new frequency or embodying begin to find you. Cosmic circles show you a new way of problem solving by receiving divine love and information. So it's the Vesica of Pisces, right? The Merkaba, or the Star of David and the Sphere. And you kind of calling back your life force from parts of yourself or timelines that you've been scattered in, that are parallels of yourself that have doubted their ability to, I'm hearing, reform, reshape, or remold their life. I'm hearing in your reality is crafted by your hand, either consciously or unconsciously. And abundance talks about being full of source energy to cooperate, there being no competition, and you being interconnected with this river of abundance. And being in a natural state of the universe, manifestation, acceptance, and being open to receive. The quote is, "I allow the abundance and flow of everything I need to come to me now." And that's something that you're receptive to. I'm hearing you're being more receptive to change, and that's leading to a change of thoughts, a change of emotions, a change when it comes to the frequency you're embodying, and ultimately, a change in the reality that you will experience. And a new reality begins to reconfigure itself around you to correspond with the internal change that has happened within you. So, anyway, guys, I said if given the opportunity and if it was going to be quiet, and right now, let's see, what's the time? The eclipse is actually at its peak right now. And so this place was a beautiful blend of spirituality as well as astronomical events and incredible precise engineering. And the message I was getting is the way that you build, to engineers to construct something, and the way that you build or construct your life is astronomically aligned with a spiritual non-physical essence within you. And I'm seeing somebody with almost like a wand, vibrationally, they begin to reallocate things in their external reality due to, I'm hearing, repositioning or adjustments that happen within. And I'm seeing this as clearing blockages. You could be dissolving a lot of blockages or belief systems, especially with Pisces energy. This is something deeply embedded within the subconscious, deeply embedded within the ancestral generational lineage. And it's making way for more sun, life force, infinite potential to flow through you freely. The blockages that accumulate within you disrupt your flow of creation. It disrupts the way that you see yourself as a creator in this existence. And there's a very clear message coming through today around remembering yourself as a creator. Remembering this experience being as malleable as you are. And I was speaking about this the other day, where I was saying the stagnant person that resists change will see that stagnancy appear in their external reality. That is the human that will begin to experience blocks. Because they hold a belief system that has created an internal blockage and is blocking the view, and eclipses are about a perspective of you being obstructed from them seeing themselves clearly. Because they're looking at themselves. And I'm seeing a human look in the mirror and they've mistaken themselves for the garment. They've mistaken themselves for the cloak when they are the force that is wearing it. You're not just a human having spiritual experiences, but you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And those who look outside dream, while those who look inside awaken within the dream. And you're not just dreaming this experience into being, you're living in your dream. And this is a third dimensional dream. And there are certain physical laws, like the lag time we'll experience here. Time is a construct that we utilize in this realm to measure the distance between two events. Can you trust in the distance between two events and how that will unfold? And so, Familia Estelar, I said if given the opportunity, I would most certainly be doing a reading in the Temple of the Sun. my watch is like there's irregular movements that are going on right now. So you could be doing something that's irregular, something that is an anomaly. It's almost like you're shaking up the algorithm within your life. And I feel like that's exactly what you're being invited to do right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what the theme is in your life right now. The Chariot. Now, the Chariot is the relationship between the physical and the non-physical, the soul and the physical vessel that the soul has incarnated into in order to be able to experience growth in this terrestrial plane. The Chariot asks us to no longer look back at the past unless we're admiring how far it is that we've come. There is something about looking back at a past version of yourself, which is really just a parallel. The version of yourself that has operated in survival. And no longer allow that version to dominate. Extend compassion and begin to integrate and show, I'm seeing it as like a scared inner child, a different way to move through this existence. So the Chariot becomes somebody who is able to, I'm hearing, chart uncharted territory, to step into new terrain, to embody new ways of being. And that leads them to heading down a complete different trajectory. But it's a cardinal essence. This is about leading yourself and leading with the soul. Is the soul leading the vessel and encouraging you to align and integrate congruently with decisions that you'll make, order of the Melchizedek, on a daily basis that are supportive for the soul's journey? How are you creating a highly conducive environment for your vehicle? Your soul is seated onto this planet. The vehicle is the conditions, the environment within you. And I'm seeing the environment be like, they're showing me the study between speaking positive affirmations and words to plants that are growing versus words of hatred or deep shame, and how that affects the growth cycle of the plant. And you get to blossom into your most expanded version of self. I'm hearing the moment that you begin to honor yourself and remember yourself as sacred, clearing away what is unaligned, allowing that to dissolve with the Pisces full moon. And in doing that, a more sacred and aligned version of you begins to emerge. So you are the chariot. You were focused. You were riding the waves of these, I'm hearing energy bodies that are dancing around you, encouraging you to move to a new rhythm of change and transformation. And honestly, I see this as you transforming into a version of yourself that is unrecognizable, because you literally have the tower at the base, which is about a sudden destabilization. This person is moving away from the city. They're moving away from their comfort zone. They're disrupting that in some way. So that's the theme. How are you showing up? What's on your mind? What's on your mind is Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. Again, a new foundation that you're building. You could be waiting to receive like confirmation, information, clarification that helps you gain, I'm hearing some kind of sense of, oh, we're lost, of being able to find yourself in the middle of it all. That's like an energy that's coming through for sure. There's something that you've been waiting for. And usually the Two of Swords at the base is somebody waiting to see if their intuition is right. They're waiting for something in the physical that confirms what it is that they've been feeling all along. Let's take a look at what's working behind the veils. What's working behind the veils is the Lovers. So a choice point. The Lovers is a point of divergence that will be opening up, okay, that you'll be opening up to. But it really is a critical junction. Okay, so what's being aligned with you is an opportunity to align your actions accordingly, to have a well-aligned collision with something that's going to be manifesting on your path in the physical. But it requires you to step outside of temptation, which is your comfort zone, something that is familiar but also unfulfilling, because it's a contradiction to everything that you've wanted. And everything that you've wanted is so much, I'm hearing, simpler than you think to attain. It's knowing that it's already yours. It's like you're experiencing the inevitable unfoldment of some kind of success. And I'm seeing like otherworldly success as well. Growth, etherically, I'm hearing, translates into physical growth in this realm. Remembering yourself as an eternal being and a timeless consciousness that's navigating this construct through this physical vessel allows you to enjoy the construct of time. The illusion of not having something, just to experience the gratitude of having it. And how can you feel that feeling in the now before it arrives? And how can you align your actions accordingly with that desire, knowing that's already yours, not moving towards a desire, embodying the absence of it. That's what I'm seeing. It's almost like something that's laid out for you on your path, and it is already yours. Like, again, it's in alignment with, it's in alignment with the intentions that you had before this incarnation, and it's leading to the rapid unfoldment of your path, like literally your dharma. That's what I see. Well, let's see what it is that you need to know most right now. The King of Wands. The King of Wands is a character who knows that he can harvest anything that he wants to when it comes to his life on Earth, but it does require him to pay attention with intention. Okay, where his intention goes, his energy will flow. And there's something about paying attention with intention and intending for your energy to flow in very specific directions at this stage in your life. Let's see. The world. This could be about paying attention in directions that feel so aligned. This is Saturn energy as well, so there is almost like you're completing a cycle in your life. You're closing out a cycle in your life. I'm hearing you're about to emerge as a new formed self. I see someone stepping forth, like really empowered. You know, we have the lion energy, the fire. This is double Leo. So there's something around your heart is guiding you in ways that the head may not be able to fully understand. Because someone's in their head here. The head could put you in a state of analysis paralysis, like overthinking. But there's something around the heart knows the ways to listen to that fire within, listen to that eternal flame, the eternal light that has forever been guiding your path. Where are you being guided to? The Eight of Coins, the Sun in Virgo. It looks like you're being guided, especially like through Virgo season or something that happens in Virgo season could, I'm hearing, alter the trajectory literally when it comes to your life on Earth. Eight of Pentacles is somebody being shown the small and finer details when they follow their heart. I'm also seeing this as something that you're mastering, you're going to be sought out for, because the King of Wands is basically a leader and he leads by example as he navigates this world. Okay, I want to take a message specifically from your guides in regards to how you're being seen during this time. Like how you're being seen by guides encoded into your field is a Nine of Swords reversed. Okay, so you've definitely been in your head, right? Especially with the Five of Wands there. There's been an internal battle that you've kind of gone through. I'm hearing like an internal battlefield that you've worked through. And you're realizing life is too short to spend another day at war with yourself. So I'm getting the message in regards to like, just do that thing that you've been putting off. And addressing what it is what has been a perceived block. And where has there been an illusion of prevention in attaining or moving towards something that is already yours, and it feels like you're not just claiming something but reclaiming it. Okay, I'm hearing counsel as well, so let's see what you're being advised. The Devil and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is transcending any illusion of fear and observing the fear rise but acting even in the presence of it. And there's something psychological that you're observing going on within your vessel. Especially when it comes to thought forms that have been reinforced generationally. And with the Wheel of Karma here, this is something that you're transcending. It's like you're transcending generational, I don't want to even like indoctrination, but you're transcending generational belief systems. Things that have been reinforced and instilled. I'm hearing lifetime after lifetime, lifetime after lifetime. And you're seeing through the illusion of fear very clearly, realizing that it can become your biggest barrier. But I'm hearing once you break through that barrier, it leads to a breakthrough. So there's something that you've been witnessing or observing, repeating. It's like a repetitive cycle that you've gone through. The Nine of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, Taking inspired action really is about making friends with the unknown. Making friends with the unknown. We have one more card, Two of Pentacles. And also being inviting and receptive to sudden shifts or pivots, because it leads to a sudden shift in timelines. The Knight of Wands is basically a character that can make friends with the unknown, realizing that their full potential lies on the other side of it. They may feel or experience fear arising in the body. However, with Two of Pentacles, they are kind of met with a choice point in regards to what timeline do they want to align their actions towards. Their inaction could be something that stunts their growth, and that action could be something that supports not just growing into new versions of themselves, but timelines that will reflect that. And I'm seeing you find yourself at a time where your growth is being supported, and where you're being supported through discomfort that comes in that growth, because I'm seeing like growing pains, especially mentally. But once you break free and through the mental limitations that one puts upon themselves, you step into a more luminescent existence. And I'm seeing it specifically as the universe is abundant, the only limits that exist are within your mind. And where are the limits within the mind that have been holding you back? Because there's tangible rewards here, there's celebration here. And it's awaiting you to do that thing, or take that action, or take that leap. Take that calculated risk. And allow your heart to guide you in ways that the mind may not be able to fully understand. I'm hearing it will comprehend everything later. I'm seeing like something happen for you where you're going to look back at your life in a linear fashion at the past and kind of connect the dots and just be in awe of a secret order that existed in what may currently feel as being completely disorderly. That's what I'm seeing. And again, reality is not static. It's a continuous summation of infinite quantum paths, each encoded as a wave of possibility within your field. Endless possibilities brewing within you and coming to the surface, wanting to be seen, expressed, heard, and embodied, and integrated. Virgo. This is an illusion of solidity. And with Saturn and Pisces, that becomes very, very clear, because the veil between worlds really begins to thin. And you're accessing information from beyond the veil. Even me, for example, right? You touch the stone, you touch the rock. There's an illusion of even physical touch. There's an electromagnetic repulsion. The negative electrons that are orbiting the atoms in my hand right now are repelling the negative electrons orbiting the atoms inside of this stone. There's an illusion of solidity. Everything is vibrating in a quantum superposition. And this reality is nothing more, but I'm hearing a seabed of opportunities, and I'm seeing you kind of walk and glide along this foundation. And you're seeing the foundation has a lot of many moving parts. And I'm seeing this as being the foundation within you that constructs your whole human experience. Yeah, I'm seeing the karmic wheel and the North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo, and it going through a readjustment period. And any foundation that has been built in a way that does not align with the soul's initial intentions before this incarnation is reaching a state of destabilization. That foundation has been compromised. And within that compromisation lies your freedom. Within the breakdown comes with a build up. Look at, oh my gosh, there's a llama, guys. Oh my god, look. Hello. Okay, so let's see how this eclipse is going to be impacting you for the next 3 to 6 months. We have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is the alchemical marriage. It is the union between your soul and the physical. It's the interface of where your plasma origins incarnates into this carbon-based life form in order to be able to experience life in this terrestrial plane. And at the base, you have the Nine of Pentacles, which means tangible abundance happening for you, like abundant experiences happening for you in the physical. Because of some kind of way that you're going to be moving in these next 3 to 6 months that is completely supportive of your initial intentions before this incarnation. And there is something around things manifesting from that ace, from that new beginning, from some kind of slate that's being wiped clean. And it's creating a solid foundation that is going to support this next season. Where these next 3 to 6 months, you are going to be harvesting some kind of seeds that you've been sowing. And so now we found ourselves at 𝓪𝓵𝓻𝓪, which is a serpent gateway. So what skin are you shedding? And what new sacred aligned version of you? I don't want to say new, but it does feel like a new found discovery of something that has already been existing within you, dormant, waiting to be, I'm hearing, awakened and kind of unleashed in the world. And if you think about snakes, they almost have like this magical essence. So I feel like your magic is being unleashed for the world. But I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys with me through this 𝓲𝓪 together. And yeah, I've brought you through quite a few. You know, you've been with me through Egypt now. We're here in the Andes mountains. So yeah, let's go ahead and walk through this one together. The serpent doorway, or the serpent gateway. So it's a transition of you moving between realms. That's really what it is. And it's so interesting. Look at this as well. Oh, wow. So there's something that would have been here. I always see this as like a cylinder block, something that they would have put to activate this gateway. So that's very interesting. Let me see. This is kind of just like what I do now. The Lumerian quartz crystal, let's see. I'm just going to leave my Lumerian quartz crystal there for a little bit, just to charge up, you know. If you guys know, you know. It's literally commonly everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to pull one message from the gateway, and we'll see what comes through. Make it through the gateway. You guys have made it through a gateway. Let's see. And a gateway is a transition point. And they're showing me the snake card, which is about like an ending, but it also comes with a huge new beginning. So there is a reward on the other side of this release. That's what I'm seeing for you. There is a reward on the other side of this release. And it's about living according to your divine essence, okay? Remembering yourself as a divine being and roaming this earth according to that. Right. So you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, who is sitting under this money tree. But that's not how it started, right? She is enjoying this abundance because she knew how to nurture that seed and she knew how to trust its process. So she embodies the wealth that it grows into before it even arrives. She doesn't force, she cultivates. And that's something that you're kind of, I'm hearing, surrendering to. You're surrendering force, and you're learning how to cultivate this existence as something that is tangible and malleable to your fingertips. So the Queen of Pentacles, she embodies this sovereignty of someone who not only grows these seeds into trees, but also someone who is actually the embodiment of the fertile soil that sustains them. She knows that she has within her the DNA to blossom into something beautiful. And it's peeping through the other side. Okay, familia, I'm gonna love and leave you right there. Thank you so much for joining me here for this tour and for this reading. It was such an honor and pleasure to be able to bring you along with me. It always feels like I'm bringing you guys along in my pocket, you know? So yeah, it's such a privilege, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys very soon. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. I'd love to have you around for the journey. We have a lot of beautiful spots that we're going to be hitting up. And yeah, personal reading details also down below. There will be a waiting list for October if you're seeing this in September. But I'm going to leave you off with this beautiful view. And we'll walk through the gateway one last time. So, let me know, guys, in the comments down below. What are you releasing? What are you blowing away with kindness in your life, much like the wind? And what reward are you tuning into energetically that awaits you on the other side of this release? Because that ending is directly linked to a new beginning. And I'm hearing this is a new beginning in disguise. It's a new era, it's a new chapter. Let me know. If you made it up until this point, comment down below the snake emoji. Okay? And maybe like a gateway or a door or a portal or something. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Sending you guys so much love. I mean, just look.